Thank you for joining my story today. I'm Kat, a German native who recently moved to Puerto Rico in the Caribbean. Puerto Rico is a US territory and it lies just close to the equator. Locals call it the Enchanted Island as it's truly magical. It is the only part of the US that has rainforest and beaches that are beautiful. They glow at night, which is very rare in the world. But that's not the only thing that happens during the night.
Okay guys, I'm documenting this now. I love horror movies. I don't believe in them necessarily. However, things are happening in this house. I don't want to freak you out or freak myself out, but we are getting super suspicious. This year in January 2026, we bought medicine for me and for my husband for his cholesterol, and we put it on the counter. It was there for at least 1 or 2 days on the counter, and suddenly, I'm not kidding, it disappeared. So both of us blamed each other. We looked all over the house, like, well, normal couple stuff, right?
Doesn't make a difference. We're losing things in the house. We need to find them.
But then, next, I bought for my baby the bottle heads. Bottle, I don't know how you call it, the nibbles things. Let me show you. Same thing happened. Hid it, restore it, we save it, because it was important to us so our baby doesn't get wet in the bed. Those things, because they break. Same thing, it's gone. We don't find it anywhere. We looked all over the house.
I don't remember.
We took it to Munich. And we left him there.
Just do it there. And do
After the case, you have to take in one only or two.
Yeah.
Then open it.
I'm not ordering it. It's just
No,
not
we don't find it, and we need it. This guy is not sleeping because of that. It's $5. How much is it?
It's 20.
I paid 20.
And that's not the reason.
Just order it. I already checked your bag. Are you sure that fuckers took some remote control?
Why would they? Was it?
I don't know.
Insane. So we thought, well, we're tired. We have a baby, right? But already 2 things, and we are both fairly organized people, though it doesn't look like it recently. Blame the baby and the lack of sleep. My husband was on business trip in Turkey in January, and I woke up by a noise. It was like a wall falling. And I looked everywhere. I didn't see it. I'm like, okay, it doesn't matter. I went back to sleep. I texted my husband, and he checked the surveillance camera and check it out. Show you how exactly it was. So this is the wall. It was located on this shelf. As you can see, there is no movement. There is no air, no window right behind it, no nothing. It's just lying there. That day I checked, there was no earthquake or anything here in Puerto Rico that could have made the shelf move a little bit for the ball to drop. And even if so, watch this. Impossible. Only if somebody would throw it, it would go all the way there. Anyways, I woke up from this noise. This is the moment where I texted my husband. Obviously, first I checked the baby phone in case it was my son who made that noise. I found it so weird that this noise was in the middle of the night for no reason, and I couldn't figure out what it was, that I decided to text my husband. He was obviously in Turkey, so it was a different time zone for him. It was already morning, middle of the day actually. I was waiting for his reply. The next morning, my son was like the tidiest person in the world and suddenly went to pick up all the balls in the room. At this point, I didn't know yet that this was the ball that fell in the night. Those nights when my husband was gone, my son was crying a lot. So in the morning, I took him over to me and I put him there in the playpen, so he's close to me. But I continued sleeping because I was tired as... Anyways, so since I was checking for the ball video, I was checking on the security cameras again, which normally I don't do because I'm not my husband. Frankly speaking, I don't care so much about the cameras. But I found this video, which... Who is my son talking to? And why is it the same corner the previous night the ball fell from? And the ball didn't fall like a normal ball, right? That was weird.
Now watch carefully, like he's showing someone something.
But then the next day, everything seemed normal. Our son seemed normal and we went for a walk with our kitty.
Aber nicht. Pupsi. Nein, das ist das. Ah, Pupsi. Ey, nicht so fest. Pupsi. Prima, hast du gut gemacht, Schatzi. Stopp. Will er zu mir kommen? Pupsi, du musst ja nicht machen. Du kommst nur im Kühlschrank. Schön nicht. Also du darfst da, dass du nicht weg musst. Verstehst du? Dafür ist das da. Dass du nicht weg musst. So, auf dich. Langsam, langsam, langsam. Ja?
Next thing happened, if you look at our surveillance camera, because my husband is snoring, the cat is meowing, the baby is crying, I eventually ended up to sleep on the couch. I slept on the couch, in April 2026, and something it felt like the cat is on me. So I woke up and I tried to touch her, but there was no cat. And I went back to sleep and again woke up, something was touching my blanket. Like holding it down, like a person or something. My son was in his crib, so he couldn't come out. The cat was locked in the bathroom because she comes out very early in the morning. And while my husband was snoring, I could still hear him. So since I was tired, I just removed the blanket. See the footage.
Here it is. What is this? One more time, slow-mo. Just look at the blanket and the shadows that are moving. My husband says it's because I'm moving under the blanket. Is it though?
Another thing that happened to our little tiger. It looks like somebody threw her off the couch. Normally a cat, when she jumps, she flies in a certain angle, but this looked like she got, not the normal path. And unfortunately, the video footage is not perfect because the camera is right there on the top, blocked by the door. I'm turning you around now. But you still should be able to see that her way is off.
At first I thought it is funny, so I was laughing, but check the slow-mo.
And we have weird animals, but I think that's normal. I mean, obviously we have cockroaches.
Cockroach.
But I just took a recording of a gecko without a tail in our kitchen. But the scariest thing happened to us at the end of April. It was in the middle of the night in my son's room. He wake up, it's not abnormal for the baby to wake up screaming and crying, probably a nightmare, that's what we thought. But we never heard him screaming and crying like this, like really terrified. So we looked at the baby monitor and you can see a shadow. And my husband was convinced it's his shadow, right? It's all in our heads. But if you look really, really closely, I put it there also on slow-mo, the shadow doesn't really match the movements of the kid. And on top of it, where's the light for the shadow coming from? My husband was like, oh, the baby phone, the baby camera, which is coming from this direction, but the shadow comes from this direction. So which light is it? It's weird, but it gets even weirder.
Here I'm enlarging the footage so you can see the shadow better in the movement of the kid. Really concentrate on the shadow.
There's a shadow, like there's a light from here.
Yes. This one has a mirror, so it's reflecting.
Okay, and how come it's not synchronized with the baby's movement?
Huh?
It's not synchronized with the baby's movement. The shadow goes up first before he goes up.
We discussed a couple of minutes and I showed my husband again and again the video that I just enlarged where you can see the shadow moving, in my opinion, not synchronized to the shadow of the kid. My husband ended up to take the phone and look at it as much details as he could and went to the room to prove me that the shadow comes from the other camera.
And when my husband came back, after he checked out the shadow to look back on the baby phone, there was this white thing on it. I promise you, honestly, never seen before, super weird. It came and went, super weird. So I'm like, okay, that's it. I need to check for my son. I don't want anything happen to him. I watch a lot of horror movies. It's probably all in my head, but I need to make sure. So I went to him. I didn't find anything. I guess I also put a bug in my husband's ear because he also had to check again. So guys, I know it sounds crazy and it's probably nothing, but up to today, I really want to document it. If anything happens to us, you know, I saw it coming. But no, seriously, I need to document it because this is just weird stuff happening here. I don't think we necessarily have a ghost, but what else could it be? You tell me, what do you think it is? I appreciate if you share, like, or comment on my video. Of course, subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching.